I'll just share one story that I like. I have many stories like this, but there's one story. There was a man who came to Buffalo with a child, and he wanted to become a physical therapist. So he applied to, and he was accepted in Damon College. He didn't like the program, so he dropped out and he applied to UB. UB said it's too late for this year. Next year, you'll probably be accepted. So he comes to me and he says, I have a problem. I have a family to support. Should I really bother trying to get into this program because it's going to take me an extra year and I want to support my family to get a job and forget about the dream of becoming a physical therapist. And I heard, he said, he wasn't a card-carrying follower of Chabad, and he said, I heard that Hasidim, when they have questions, they ask the Rebbe by opening up a volume of his letters and looking for a response. Could I do it? I don't know why he needed my permission, but I had the volumes. Maybe that's why. So I said, be my guest. And I showed him my bookcase where I have, at that time, I had about 30 volumes of the Rebbe's letters, 30 volumes. There's about 50 volumes today, Hebrew, Yiddish, English. And he picked a volume randomly, he opened it up randomly, and he brought it to me to read. It was a letter where the Rebbe is suggesting someone should have physical therapy because it's a very good way of treating whatever illness that person had. I checked later on, of 11,000 letters that were published to that time, it's the only letter in which the Rebbe speaks about physical therapy. Well, that's not the end of the story. Well, he applied next year and he got into the program. A few days before the program was about to start, I said, his name is Zev. I said, Zev, you're probably going into the program at UB. He says, no, I'm not. He said, what's going on? He says, I got a good job as a salesman for medical equipment and high-tech medical equipment, and I'm making good money, so I'm not going to become a physical therapist after all. And I remember telling him, I think the Rebbe wants you to be a physical therapist. But I couldn't impose my will on anyone, and I just dropped it. A few days later, I meet him, and he says, how are things? He says, I'm in physical therapy, the school. I said, what happened? He said, the day before the school started, I was laid off. And he's a physical therapist now. He lives in Baltimore, and he's very successful.